I am Jane Tracy with the Orange County Library System, and we are at St. Richard's Episcopal Church in Winter Park, Florida, speaking with World War II veterans about their memories and their service to our country. It is July 3rd, 2010. Would you please tell us your name?
I'm Senior Master Sergeant Floyd Johnson.
And you are obviously a veteran. Which wars did you serve in, please?
I was in World War II. I was in the Navy at that time and left the Navy in 1946 and entered the Air Force in 1948.
And I see that you're wearing a vest. Would you tell us a little bit about your vest, please?
The vest is the Air Force Gunners Association official vest, and it lists the Air Force Gunners. And in this case, we inject a little humor. We like to have it, patches that the squadrons used to have, and there are citations and medals and one thing another like that, your name and the wings. And there's an odd assortment of wings, but that's Navy aircrew wings and chief aircrew member wings and aerial gunner wings. Now the wings in the patch itself is the aerial gunner wings. They were in the World War II when they started. And the chief aircrew member wings are any aircrew member who has frontline service of 15 years at least on a combat crew. And I qualify for 2 of those. But over here we have a little humor injected, plus 100 missions in Vietnam. And I like this one down here. As most people know, the B-52 has been around a long time. First we started out one thing over 30 years, now it went to 40 years, and then it's up to 50 now. Here we have the Airman's Medal, Combat Aircrew Medal, and a varied assortment, World War II, little things, the top one being granddaughter's contribution.
And your granddaughter's name is?
Winona Johnson. And I have another one, Brenda, younger than her, Brianna, and also a grandson, Micah.
And the pictures over here.
This picture is Flight 19 of the Bermuda Triangle fame. It was at Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 5th of December, 1945, and I was there, had come back from the Pacific, and was reassigned new crew down at Fort Lauderdale. And a good friend of mine came back with me, and we had both served together on the Enterprise aircraft carrier and in Torpedo Squadron 98, 99, Night Torpedo Squadron 90, and in the Pacific. And we came back and were assigned crews. The war had ended in that year in September, and we were still on cruise. They had about a year left to do on our cruise enlistment. Mine was due up in 1946, and I think that Bob Devlin, well actually it's George Devlin, he was known to me as Bob Harmon, and his story is he enlisted under another man's name when he was 15. I got in when I was 17, so I was a couple of years older than he was, but he had told us this when we were out there in the combat zone, and of course a lot of people didn't believe him, but I heard it so many times I had to believe it, and we stayed together more all the way home and stationed at San Diego and Kingsville, Texas, and then down to Fort Lauderdale. But he had his name changed just 2 weeks before this happened, so that straightened out his life and got him. He never returned from that, but his family was assured of his insurance money and all that. The next picture here is a KC-135 leading a B-52 bomber. I flew in the B-52 in the tail turret 17 years. This is refueling, air refueling, and that enabled us to stay, as they used to say, in the air forever. But we did get in 25 to 26 hours per flight. The KC-135 here in the lead position is the aircraft that I crashed in on my way home from my first tour in Vietnam. We were bringing 60 people home, and we crashed on Wake Island in this bird. And it had engine trouble and came in and landed short on Wake Island, and 11 fellows perished in that. Now the torpedo bomber is the ones that were lost in Fort Lauderdale, Bermuda Triangle. This is a mock-up my wife gave me a few years ago, and it's true in every respect except she isn't here to enjoy this.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us today?
Oh, I thank Jane for coming down here and listening to all this and taking the pictures. I appreciate it. I thank St. Richard's for letting us use the use of the hall, and we're really thankful to the congregation and staff here at St. Richard's. They're really nice people.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today, and thank you for your service to our country.